The Great Emu War. Birds 1, Army 0. Hey there, ASARcasm. Ever thought a bunch of birds could drive an army mad? No? Well, you're in for a feathery tale today. Presenting The Great Emu War. It's less Game of Thrones and more Game of Birds. So, let's set the stage. It's 1932, Australia. World War I veterans were given land to farm as a thank you for their services. They mainly planted wheat, but someone crashed their party. Who? Emus. These big, flightless birds, often mistaken for ostriches' slimmer cousins, were on their annual migration. They found the newly cultivated farmlands quite tempting. Imagine waking up, stretching, looking out onto your fields, and seeing thousands of emus dining out on your crops. Breakfast buffet, anyone? Now, farmers did what any reasonable person would do: complain. They turned to the government, asking for assistance. The government, in its wisdom, sent the military. Yes, the Australian military, with machine guns and everything. Operation Emu was a go. Led by Major G.P.W. Meredith, the troops began their emu offensive. And here's where things get feathery. The first attempt, a failure. The emus scattered, evading the line of fire. Try number 2. They mounted one of the machine guns on a truck. Smart move, right? Nope, emus were too swift, proving to be expert dodgers, and the bumpy terrain made aiming difficult. Now, imagine this scene. Soldiers chasing after emus in vehicles, trying to aim while these birds scatter, all while set to some yakety sax style music. It's a slapstick comedy waiting to happen. By December, the troops were withdrawn. The final tally, 10,000 rounds of ammunition spent, and roughly 1,000 emus taken down. There were estimates that for each emu defeated, 10 bullets were used. Major Meredith had this to say about the emus: "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world." Basically, the emus won the Great Emu War. The solution: the Australian government then decided to put a bounty on emus, leading to thousands being hunted down. But it's safe to say the birds left an unforgettable mark. So, ASARcasm, next time you're having a tough day, just remember that an entire army once struggled against a bunch of birds. And let's face it, we've all had those days where even a feather can tip the scale. That's all for today's flight into history. Stay curious, stay amused, and always remember, it's not the size of the bud in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the bud.